technical difficulty. Seems like Facebook's struggling a little bit today. I can't tag anyone. It won't show up if I tag anyone. So hopefully some of you guys are jumping on board here and will listen up for today. Before we even get started, happy Thanksgiving. Hope some of you, for all my educator friends out there that are out of school this week, I know that you are enjoying this week. I hope that you're having a great week. You deserve this week off, and we're grateful for the investment and the impact that you have on our children. Today, we want to talk about something that hits close to the education home, and that is parent involvement. It seems like, 20 years ago or something, there was this real push for, we got to get parents involved, and all of our issues are a result of parent involvement and things like this. And the pendulum has swung from no one being involved per se and everything kind of working okay to this zealous involvement of parents. I mean, I go to schools and I see parents nonstop. Now, disclaimer, I don't go to my kids' schools, okay? They're big enough. They can figure it out. One of the things I pride myself on is I've never walked my kids into school. They got out of kindergarten and I shut the door behind them and they figured it out. It's a great lesson in life. But have we gone overboard with this whole idea of parent involvement? Here's the terms today. We talk a lot about terms in the sports world, 12-year-old burnout, things like that. In the parenting world, we have these terms called helicopter parents, and now they've even upped the ante a little bit, and we have what's called lawnmower parents, where we are just mowing our children over. We're so involved, and we have so much access to their involvement. So I'm going to give you a couple things. One, I'm going to give you some questions to ponder. I'm going to give you a truth to consider, and then I'm going to give you a challenge that you can either accept or not accept. So here's the questions to ponder when it comes to involvement in your child's life. Now, disclaimer, I put this on there. Listen to me. I'm a petri dish for all of this stuff. I'm a struggling fool on this journey with you. I do not have it all figured out. Here's what I do know. What we're doing is not working. We are raising ill-equipped, non-equipped, not ready children for the real world. But they had a great batting average at the age of 8 years old, and they won a lot of wrestling or basketball or whatever. But who cares? So questions to ponder. All right, here's the first one. Are you involved just to be around your child? Now you say, well, that's pretty harsh. Of course, I just want to be around my child. Do you just want to be around your child for the right reasons, though? How about be around your child at the dinner table? How about be around your child out in the yard? How about be around your child at church on Sunday? Is the only reason you're going to these things just to be around your child? That's a question to ponder. Second question to ponder. Am I involved to help everyone? Am I involved to help everyone? Am I volunteering to coach just so I can help my kid? Or am I volunteering just so I can help my kid? Listen, get involved to help everyone. If you are a parent that's involved in your kid's life, there's probably 2 or 3 other kids that need some guidance, maybe even more so in that time frame of the sports world than your kid does. Pay attention to them. So question to ponder number 1, am I involved just to be around my child? Question to ponder number 2, am I involved to help everyone? Question to ponder number 3. Does my involvement help or hinder the spiritual and emotional development of my child? I'm going to say it again. Does my involvement help or hinder the spiritual and emotional development of my child? Notice I didn't say physical or skill development, because first of all, when they go through puberty is probably already decided. All right, you can't speed that up. I mean, maybe you can take some drugs or whatever. Hopefully you're not that crazy. All right, but is your involvement helping or hindering the spiritual and emotional development of your child? The reason we get involved is because we want to impact those 2 areas. Hey, we want to spiritually advance them and we want to emotionally mature them so that one day they can become an adult as well. So that's the 3 questions to ponder. Now, here's the truth to consider as we talk about this parent involvement idea. We go to events, but we don't do life. Again, I'm going to say it again. We go to a lot of events, but oftentimes we miss out on doing life. J.D. Greer said it best a few weeks ago. I shared this. We have a society and a group of kids that it's experience rich and relationally poor. We do a lot of things together, but do we really have a relationship where we do life together? Here's the challenge. Get involved with what matters. Okay? Get involved with what matters. I'm going to give you some things I believe can help as you go on this journey as a parent. But here's what I know. You love your child. You want to be involved. I know that it's fun to go to these things. I hear parents say that all the time. Well, it's just fun to go. I think it's fun to go on vacation. It's even more fun than doing some of that other stuff. But we don't get to go every week. So again, we're about creating boundaries that will help our child grow and mature and be the person that we believe God's designed them to be. So we go to a lot of events, but are we involved in their true life? Here's some challenges for you as we go through this. So challenge number 1, you ready? Intentionally skip a game. Silence. You want me to miss a game? And I don't want you to miss a game. I want you to intentionally not go to a game. Here's why. Here's why we wouldn't go to a game. They grow. They get out of their normal comfort zone. They learn how to get a ride. Maybe you make them call and get that ride. Now, I'm not talking about at 6 years old. I don't even think they should be playing at 6 years old. But middle school, late adolescence, whatever, hey, intentionally skip a game. One, they know that you have other priorities. Maybe you really need to skip a game because you have something you should do and we don't do it because we think little Susie is going to be so upset if we're not there. Here's the other thing it does. I think it helps our kids learn other families' boundaries. All right. They realize that, hey, that other dad gets mad when you drop stuff in the car too, or these different things. It may even help them realize this. Maybe my parents aren't so bad, or maybe my parents are a lot like these other parents, because when they go through those teenage years, a lot of times you're the bad guy. So intentionally skip a game so that they can grow in some areas out from under your wings. Here's the second thing. You ready? Stop going to practice. Stop. Just stop going altogether. You have things to do. I promise you. Go to the grocery store. Go clean your car. Go do something. Stop going to practice. Okay? You got to. I can tell you that my dad, Steve Esslinger, my mom, Gail Esslinger, I truly never remember them I never remember one time seeing them at practice. And guess what? I knew how to handle practice. Stop going to practice. They do not, if they feel like they can look at you at every practice, here's what we always say. Practice makes perfect, or perfect practice makes perfect, or whatever. All that, we use all these slogans. And then and we say our habits in practice are what show up in a game. Well, if the parent is at every practice and the kid looking at parents over and over in practice, well, guess what they're going to do in a game? They're going to do that in a game too. Drop their butts off at practice, or let them stay after school and don't show up. Let the coach do his job. If you feel like there's a safety concern, go see the administration and get the school, not just your child, get every child some help. We don't want them to be in that situation. But if you know they're in good hands, stop going to practice. Let them work those things out. And I hear parents say, well, we just want him to have good coaching. All right. We'll actually sign up. The parent will sign up to be the coach. And here's what they'll say. Well, we just want them to have good coaching. Now, here's my question. Who tabbed you as a great coach? All right. Who said you're such a great coach? And at 8, 9 years old, why do they need a great coach? They just need opportunity and reps. That's what they need at that age. So maybe don't think so highly of your coaching and think more highly of your parenting. Your kid does not need good coaching. He needs good parenting. If you do a good job parenting, it'll look like he has good coaching, because he's going to get better at every stage of life that she's going to get better at every stage of life that they're in. So first one, intentionally skip a game. All right. Create that boundary. Number 2, stop going to practice. You got things to do. Number 3, talk about life, not sports. Stop talking about sports all the time. It's draining. Okay. It truly is life draining. Here's what I know about teenagers. This is scary. Second leading cause of death right now amongst teenagers is suicide. It's on the rise. It's an epidemic. They don't have batting issues. They have real issues that need to be addressed. And I am not capable of addressing some of those issues. Okay. And I have 4 children of my own, and it's scary to think about what they're growing up in, but they need to be talked to about real life issues and not just sport issues. And as a parent, that is your role. The coach talks about sport issues. We need to be addressing real life issues. So challenge number 3, talk about life, not sports. Challenge number 4, seek to connect to their heart and not just be involved in their activities. All right. Sometimes we think, well, we're involved and we're doing all these things, but we've missed out on really connecting to their heart. It's just busyness to the max, and we miss out on having a chance to really connect to their heart. So, the question is to ponder: am I involved just to be around my child? Am I involved to help everyone? Does my involvement help or hinder the spiritual and emotionally development of my child? Truth: we go to events, but we don't do life. And then the challenges are intentionally skip a game. I know it's going to be hard. Stop going to every practice. Talk about life, not sports. And number 4, seek to connect to their heart and not just be involved with their activities. Here's what I know. You ready? This whole parenting deal is hard. It is super, super hard. And if you are watching these each week, here's what I know. You do care. And I know this, I care about my children as well, and I do not have it figured out, and it is hard and it's messy, but we have got to reconsider what we're doing, because again, we want to send out young people who are ready and prepared for this thing we call life, and we want to give them a foundation that they can stand on. So coaches, as always, let's remind you to do this. Hey, coach them hard, but love them harder. Parents, as always, we're going to remind you, don't be their sport agent. Their agent shows up to practice. You don't have to. You probably have other kids to parent. Don't be their sport agent. Be their parent. And every time they finish something, I got to do this on Saturday, man, just tell them how much you love to watch them play. Again, from FCA, from A Better Way Athletics, man, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Enjoy some time together. Thank you for this opportunity.